Vanakkam. Outline for the today's presentation is going to be, of course, I am going to share my experiences as well. Sometime it may matter to some of your people how or is my journey and gate also will may helpful to some of you people, and of course, a need for gate exam. Uh, my own view about this need for exam and this essential thing, which is about mark distribution and how to prepare and what are the essential books and some idea about our academy as well. So these are all things we are going to see in another about 45 minutes to 50 minutes time. Coming to this experience, my experiences in the gate. Of course, I did my BTech in the year of 1994. Of course, I also wrote gate in that time, but I could not get what is it, the valid score in that in the year of 1994. I was my first attempt was not a successful one, but in the 1996. I could prepare well to at least to some extent to the level of getting a stipend from Anna University for my master studies. And from 1998, I started working in our college, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering at Sri Perumbudur. So during that period of time, I could learn the subject to the level of at least answering the gate questions with a good score. Of course, I also taken up gate in the year of 2003. By the time I also released my book, so that score was somewhat a good one. All India rank of 24 out of about 10,000 students. That of course was helping me to get into IIT Madras for my PhD. Though it is not a mandatory requirement, but it helped me to get this PhD seat much comfortably. And also, since I am having a at least good revision of these fundamentals, that helped me to even go get through the what is called as a comprehensive exam. They used to have it for our PhD at IITs. So that in that way it helped. And also, I could get to know the connection between various subjects, because every teacher normally will be given with only one or two subjects, and with time, or every faculty may not have the chance to study all the core subjects of chemical engineering. But one can definitely go through these gate questions. In that way, one can prepare, one can study all the core subjects. With that thing into consideration, I could go through every questions. Luckily, I was having the company or guidance from my Professor Dr. N. Subramanian, who was former professor at IIT Madras, and he was working as visiting professor during my time at SVCE. That helped me a lot, even to release this book and subsequent any doubt on chemical engineering I used to get from my professor Dr. N. Subramanian. Of course, he is no more now. And from 2005 to 9, I was doing my PhD at IIT Madras. Then from 9 onwards, I'm working here at SSN College of Engineering at Sri Perumbudur. Sorry, OMR. Sri Perumbudur was my first college. Okay. Only I worked in these two colleges. The first college I had a service of about 6 years, and the current college I'm working for now the 14th year, so about 20 years of teaching experience. So during my time at SSN, that is in the period from 2010 onwards, I started working on the whatever the pending material right from 2000 to 2010. The 10 years of collection. This book is having only questions up to 2001 maximum, and this entire questions from 2001 to 2010 or even more than that. This the rigorous solution. There is the we need to prepare rigorously, so that took longer time. In addition, we also every faculty is also supposed to do some research. I thought of doing some research, but my most part of research is to understand the core subjects. So in that way, luckily this book I could release in the year of 2018, along with a few other co-authors, namely Sandalya, who is currently at IIT Dhanbad, or is called as ISM Dhanbad. My one another friend, Dr. Nagarajan, who is at Rajalakshmi College of Engineering as HOD of the Department of Chemical Engineering, and even two of my student friends, my students who got very good score in 2017. Of course, their major work is in the form of a general aptitude book. And I also given this co-authorship for each of these volumes. So in that way, these are all my journey. And in the year of 2022 and 20 and currently, we are also floating these online courses and online coaching classes. Okay, these and all I will share it. These two aspects I will discuss in the last. Of course, maybe you might have come across these red color books. Of course, the idea of red is a cheap, very attractive and also very simple and effective. In that way, we chosen that color, and this first book we released in the year of 2003. And this general aptitude book, which is a major work of Siddharth, who is currently at IOCL Panipat, and this Pawan Kumar is at PPCL Cochin. They were a good scorer in the year of GATE 2017. And this Pawan Kumar is also co-author for this Max part of this book, and Siddharth for the chemical technology, and this Sandalya for two of my books, namely chemical reaction engineering and process calculation thermodynamics aspects, and Nagarajan for the mass transfer aspects. So there is major part of my work, 70% of the work is by myself, and the 30% along with my co-authors. Whereas here in this book, I would say like Siddharth contributed for 80% and Pawan 10%, and my work is only about 10%. So these are all about my experiences or my work towards GATE. Okay. Okay, now let us see the need for GATE. Of course, all of you know what is the need for GATE. Still, I would say from my own view. So what is the need? No, because everywhere, of course, we are having nowadays. These are all every institute is becoming autonomous and they have their own assessment. Otherwise, your assessment is with reference to a group of, say, maximum hardly about 60 to 100 students or 150 students. Whereas across India, in India, we have about 15,000 people. So if you can take this GATE exam, you can get to know where you stand in this 15,000 instead of 150. So definitely 100 times, no, you'll be getting to know in this crowd of 15,000 people where you stand. And also preparing to this exam is giving a very clear picture of chemical engineering. Of course, every subject is connected. People who teach us this subject, they know. So every subject is connected. Otherwise, process calculation takes a lot of input from thermodynamics, and otherwise process calculation is used for all the other subjects. So otherwise, better to have clear understanding of all the core subjects. Of course, what are the core subjects that are going to be discussed. So otherwise, even for the quality of the questions, better to go through this, take up this GATE exam. Because sometimes, of course, we conduct our semester exam. Most of the time, we ask derivation, description, though they are also needed, but preparing numerics are much more important. Once you take up this exam and you won't feel, you won't fear this numerics. Of course, engineers thing is to make a problem and solve the problem, or is understand the situation and conceptualize as a problem, then try to solve the problem. So we need to we should have a liking towards solving the problem. So in that way also, better to prepare for GATE exam. Of course, every question is highly every question is like 99.99% error free. There may be rarely one or rarely 0.01% mistake in any question because of any hurry in the preparing. Okay, otherwise questions are highly conceptual and highly worthy questions. To at least understand that questions, and better to take up this prepare for GATE exam. Even I am coming to know about people that some faculty are even regularly every year they are taking up this GATE exam. Not only faculty, are some students also taking up. So that way will help you to at least touch with the fundamentals. You'll be in touch with the fundamentals all the time. Okay, coming to the question pattern, those who are serious in preparing, they should know the mark distribution. I assume there are students of second year also there, no? Can I know about the mix of students here?
Yes, sir. Actually, the second years as well as third years are there.
Okay, nice. Because I say like better to start from there, the third semester itself. So thanks, sir. Thanks for the feedback. Let me continue. Yeah, the questions are only about 65 questions. 65 questions, only 65 questions, which means, okay, which is having 31 mark and 35 2 mark. Of course, this every 2 mark will be sometime like our 10 mark questions of our university sometime. So solving these 35 10 mark questions, how do you feel? So you have to prepare to that level. Okay. And 31 mark, sometimes this 1 mark questions also involving some numerics. Out of the 30, maybe some 50% maybe, even by looking at the question you can answer, whereas the other 15 you have to make some simple workout. Whereas these 35 questions, maybe some 5% is without any numeric. This 95% is simply working out the problem. So one should have the clear idea of the subject, then only this answering is possible. But clear and no need to have any memory. No need to memorize anything. If you have a good understanding, this relationship you can easily get during the exam also. Otherwise, without memorizing, you can easily recollect. Okay, coming to the mark distribution, of course, general aptitude is having 15% out of 100, which is verbal and numerical. Verbal has a share of about 7 mark and numerical about 8 marks. So totally about 15 marks. So these questions again, verbal means this maybe the first year English or 10th, 12th English. That is good enough. Even people from rural background also capable of answering these verbal questions much comfortably. They don't ask to the level of GRE. This numerical again, the questions are from to the level of 10th, 12th, not even more than 12th. Some set, some numbers and sequence. So these are all doable. And max, say roughly about 15%. Okay, otherwise to be precise, it is 13 marks. And core subjects, which is about 70 marks. So in the core subject, we will see the distribution in detail. This questions, type of questions, that also we should know. Of course, multiple choice question, that's a usual thing in any competitive exam. Always choosing one from 4. Of course, only we are given with 4 options. Whereas maybe in JE, they are giving more options as well. I have seen 1 or 2 questions as that. Okay, this MCQ or multiple choice questions, only 1 answer correct. And this multiple select questions, these are all being introduced in the recent years. Multiple select questions means always there will be options. You have to choose all the options that are applicable. Sometimes one may be the correct options or many may be the options. So if you miss even one option that is applicable, then the total mark is, otherwise you won't get any mark for such questions. Otherwise you have to choose all that applicable. It is called as all or nothing. If you choose all, mark will be given. If you miss anything, there will be no mark given. Then numerical answer type. Here you have to enter the number within the acceptable precision. Otherwise, like sometimes they may be asking 2 decimal accuracy. Otherwise, of course, including the round off, they give you a number range. Say suppose your answer is like 20.5, and they may even give like 20 to 21 as the answer range. Okay, that all again depends on the rounding of error possible. So with that only they are giving this number range applicable for the numerical answer type questions. So coming to the negative marking, so only these multiple choice questions are having negative marking, because there are chances for you to get mark without knowing the correct answer. No, there is 1/4 chances for getting the mark. So whereas they deduce 1/3. So just to discourage this random answering. Of course, no negative marking for these 2 thing. Okay. Coming to the distribution in the core subject. This is a rough distribution. Even the much detailed thing also I am going to give you. We can classify these subjects. I say, of course, subjects are process calculation followed by thermodynamics. This we normally study in our say 3rd, 4th, and 5th semester. And fluid mechanics and mechanical operation, say sometimes 3rd, 4th semesters. And heat transfer 4th or 5th semester. And mass transfer, say 5th to 6th semester. And chemical reaction engineering as 1 or 2 papers in the 5th and 6th semester. and process control, sometime in the mostly in the 6th semester, or sometimes they are also preponing to 5th semester also. And this economics design in the 7th semester. Chemical technology, normally we study in the start itself, but you should also again read this subject several times so that you will understand the need for each of these courses. The chemical technology is first introduced so as to give you an idea about what is the nature of a chemical industry. But the entire aspects of chemical technology can be understood only in the final stage. Otherwise, in the felt, this our the Trident book used to give a lot of things. So the design consideration and economic environmental perspective. So these are all understandable only if you come across these subjects. Okay, in that way also, these subjects are grouped. This process calculation and thermodynamics together contributes for 10 mark. This fluid mechanics and mechanical operation 10 mark, and heat transfer a single course 10 mark, mass transfer a 2 semester course 10 mark, chemical reaction engineering 1 to 2 semester course 10 mark, process control a single semester course 10 mark, and these normally 3 to 4 courses, all these together 10 mark. Okay, so in all these subjects, I consider this heat transfer to be the easy to score subject, no? Because the understanding of that subject is also quite easier. In what way? Because only the temperature and rate of heat transfer. So the variables are quite simpler. Whereas sometimes people may feel difficulty in understanding thermodynamics, but I suggest people should read this several times. That understanding of this will help you to understand any other subjects of chemical engineering. At least this mass transfer, it is very needed, and also this humidification. And also in for even for chemical reaction engineering, this reaction equilibrium understanding. So otherwise, this subject one has to go through several times. At least during your entire career of chemical engineering, better to read this several times. Okay, now let us see the in detailed distribution of these marks. These 10 marks, this process calculation thermodynamics together 10 marks. In the process calculation, sometimes there were no questions as well. So there is a mark ranging. These are all in the year of 2010 to 23. From the based on the analysis of questions from 2010 to 23. Now only in the years of 2010 to only from 2010 onwards, we have almost the same pattern of gate questions, because earlier we were having even giving the questions for 125 mark or 150 mark, and allowing to we were given with choices. Now there is no choices. Every question has to be answered by everyone. So in that way, these questions from 2010 onward, we have this unique pattern. Only from 2010 we have this general aptitude. So that's why we have this analysis. This is from 2010 onwards questions. This process calculation is from ranging from 0 to 5 mark. The average is about 3 mark, and thermodynamics 5 to 12 mark, and average is about 8 marks. And fluid mechanics, say 5 to 11, and the average is about 9 marks. And mechanical operation, sometimes there is no question, or maximum up to 6, so average of 3 marks. Again, this is 10, this is 10. So in that way, you can easily group. Heat transfer ranging from 5 to 11, average is 9 marks. And mass transfer ranging from 9 to 13 with 11 mark. And CRE again are similar to mass transfer. Process control, which is as similar to our heat transfer. And economics, chemical economics about 4 mark. Design sometime no question, but this may appearing to be no 0 or 1. But this question sometime I would have included in this subject of mass transfer as well as heat transfer. Otherwise, with the knowledge of heat transfer and mass transfer, we can attempt most of the design questions. Otherwise, this is including, in addition to your heat exchanger mass transfer equipment design, some aspects of mechanical design. That is an extra part for this process equipment design. That's why sometimes marks is appearing to be lower. Otherwise, the actual maybe some 2-3 mark. I would have accounted that in the mass transfer in heat transfer. Okay, coming to chemical technology, which is needing some memory. Of course, the inorganic chemical technology portion is relatively easier, whereas the organic and of course mostly petroleum technology they are asking. Petroleum technologies keep on changing, and we need to know about the catalyst and the operating conditions and the raw materials. So this is kind of sometimes you may not get this all the marks possible for this chemical technology. Reason is keeping a lot of contents in memory is also not so easier. Whereas the easy thing to score is even economics. I would say like economics is the easiest subject to score. Hardly only about this interest, time value of money. If you can understand the time value of money, you can easily answer that. What is time value of money? Simple interest, compound interest. So those who having a attachment to the money, or those who pay concern to the money, they will easily understand the subject. Then of course CRE. So every subject is having its own weightage. Every subject is having connection. So one cannot neglect any subject and get a good idea of the other subject. Say for example, heat transfer. To understand this convection topic of heat transfer, what is it? The pressure drop topic also needed. And mass transfer, again taking the inputs from heat transfer. Chemical reaction engineering needs all the inputs: heat transfer, mass transfer, fluid mechanics, and process control, which again needs all the things. In addition, mathematics. So I would say better to have a good understanding of every core subject. So if you could do to that level, then answering these gate questions are automatic. Okay, this is giving the very detailed analysis. How much is the everything? Okay, maybe this thing, if you want, you can take a snapshot if you feel like. As I said, no, this max is also core chemical engineering. Even IITs, this math content also taught by even chemical engineering professors. Or is the math relevant to chemical engineering? The differential equations, some numerical maths techniques, and this algebra. So only calculus, only that contents are covered in math. Of course, math can be easily attempted. And this process calculation, thermodynamics together 10 mark already. And out of this FM and MO, FM is having the more weightage, and heat transfer 10 mark, mass transfer 10 mark, CRE 10 mark, control 10 mark, economics, everything this putting together 10 mark. Okay, so this distribution, keep it in mind. Okay, maybe you should get this kind of scorecard. All India rank of 120. Of course, this corresponds to my own student, namely Siddharth. Of course, these numbers are not some dummy numbers I put. So this All India rank of 120 out of 15,000 students. And in that year, the qualifying mark gone up to even 44. And he scored a mark of 74 out of 100. Of course, the best ever mark I could see maybe about 90 or so. They put a lot of questions. You need to take these questions with time pressure. So if you keep on attempting a question, then you cannot, your time will be running out and you cannot even get a valid score, though you prepared well. So you should always prepare to the required time level. These scores are now being valid for even 3 years as well. And people in the third years also nowadays allowed. Even at the third year itself, I would say out of these subjects, at least 70 mark at least you are done with. Because max is over, general aptitude over, that is total 30 mark. And this another 10, 40, 50, 60, 70 mark. To the level of 70 mark by the time of 5th semester, at least maybe mass transfer about 5 mark over, and these about 5 mark. So 70 marks is your possible thing, potential. If you can get 60 also, 60 out of 70, you'll be within the top 500 rank. If you are within the top 500 rank, then this higher studies at IITs is automatic. Or else you can get into any top IITs. Of course, even people up to the level of All India rank of 2000 also getting into IITs. Maybe the latest IIT people are getting into. The oldest IIT, one need to have a score higher than 500. One need to rank high, lesser than 500, right? But if you are having a rank within the top 200, then you can get, you can choose companies, like companies from IOCL, BPCL, ONGC, whatever the public service, PSU, public sector units, whatever is having vacancy at that time, they will be asking for applications, and simply you have to give this get number, registration number itself, and with that they are screening, and you will be directly called for the final interview. Final interview is simply for your personality check and everything. So with that, you'll be getting placed. But starting salaries are of the order of about lakhs. 1 minute, and I will call you later. No, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So far I said about the need and kind of mark and what else? The distribution. Now, you may be also interested to know about the books. What are all? You would have come across with several books, but whatever the books I feel like interesting, that only I'm listing. So this process calculation we had seen button Vora during our time, and we also could come across Himal Blow. Yeah, even I missed another nice book, what is called as Hauger and Watson. Sorry, the name spelling may be wrong. Hauger and Watson, what is it? Material and Energy Balances. That book, the people in the year of 80s, 90s, they would have come across this book. Himal Blow, Felder, and a lot of other Indian author books are available. So out of all these books, I would say like if you prepare with this Felder, that is a ultimate book. But this and all I'm going through only in the recent years. Whereas Button Vora I have studied for my BTech. Himal Blow I came across only in the year of 2000. Yeah, coming to the other book for thermodynamics, the all-time favorite, there is Smith and Vaness. And our Indian is Smith and Vaness, which is K.V. Narayanan. Of course, simplified form of Smith and Vaness is by our K.V. Narayanan. Out of all Indian books, I like this K.V. Narayanan, because understanding this thermodynamics is somewhat normally a tougher one, but he tried to made it simple. And of course, to have a still more understanding, better to go through these books like a book by Sandler, Hallman, Sengel. Hallman, Sengel are with a mechanical perspective. Otherwise, here you won't find any chemical engineering thermodynamics. Whereas these three books, namely Smith and Vaness, K.V. Narayanan, and Sandler, you'll be seeing. These are all chemical engineering authors. Better to go through these books. And coming to the fluid mechanics, of course, fluid mechanics, hundreds of books are available. Still, our Maccabees Smith is also good. And these books, namely fluid mechanics for chemical engineers. So they have a lot of nice, interesting examples. James Wilkes, this is a McGraw-Hill books. James Wilkes is Prentice Hall, which is also these two books are titled as Fluid Mechanics for Chemical Engineers. This Noel D. Nevers is McGraw-Hill, and this is Prentice Hall. Of course, this book is available easily, whereas this is slightly costlier. And Sengel, of course, the colorful book, no, Sengel. Sengel faculty people use a lot. It is for getting the nice picture. Even I used to get nice picture from Sengel. Sengel is also better to go through. And mechanical operation, of course, Maccabees Smith and Badger and Fankero. And in addition, the nice book titled Unit Operations by Faust and co-authors. This Faust is also to have to go through this unit operations by Faust. It's even good for this mechanical operation aspect. Okay. Coming to the heat transfer, as like fluid mechanics, here also you can see hundreds of books. The nice book I came across is this Nekati Oshishik, which is a McGraw-Hill book publisher. This Kern for going through about this design aspects of heat exchangers, one need to go through this book Kern, DQ Kern. And again, as I said, this Sengel. Of course, Sengel has written books for thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, as well as for heat transfer. So Sengel also you can go through. And Tribal mass transfer, ever time favorite, Tribal. The recent or in the year of 2000 only I could come across this Kustler. Maybe there is a noise in the background. Maybe people can mute so that the recording will be good. And coming to the other books for mass transfer, even this Momentum, Heat and Mass Transfer by Welty, Wicks, Wilson, maybe one more person also there. This is also a nice book to read through. And this Kustler, which is diffusion in mass transfer system, he gave a lot of interesting examples. In that way, also better to go. There is some noise coming out. Can people mute, or I will mute? So that maybe I will give session for time for your discussion and all. Okay, coming to the books on CRE, the ever time favorite, this 11th spell, which is a simplified approach. Of course, Fogler, slightly a different approach. If one can go through in any of the book, but my favorite is 11th spell. And process control, of course, both are good. I have gone through this. I like this Stephanopoulos, which is like a story book he has written. Out of all chemical engineering books I have read through, this book is very interesting. Fonts are very distinct and very big font, and these essential points he again put as bulletin points. So in that way, I feel like this is a very nice book, Stephanopoulos, and Kaufner and Coppola also very interesting. Coming to the book on economics, which is also a common subject, but this equipment design related aspects are available only in Peter and Timoras, Plant Design and Economics for Chemical Engineers by Peter and Timoras. And another book on process economics is by Cooper. And design, mechanical aspects of design are available in Brownell and Young, which is titled as Brownell and Process Equipment Design by Brownell and Young. And Joshi, M.V. Joshi, for the equipment drawing aspects. But these days, the drawing aspects people are ignoring. The drawing course is now keep on being removed. Maybe still better to go through these books. And the Coulson Richardson Volume 6 is R.K. Sinnat, I suppose. No, there's an author of that book. Coulson Richardson series, out of the 6 volumes, the 6th volume is equipment design aspects. And chemical technology, in addition to Shreve Stridon, the latest books on petroleum also one has to go through. Okay, these are all my favorite books. Yeah, coming to the strategy, what strategy to follow. I even suggest right from your entering this engineering, start preparing for GATE. Otherwise, you study every subject by taking the GATE question as a reference. So in that way, if you prepare, then your fundamentals will be very clear. Otherwise, the questions are very sharp and very highly conceptual. So prepare to that level. So that's why I suggest even students from that third semester, once they coming into chemical engineering, better to say about the core subjects and the role of every subject. So in that way, if you start introducing the subject, and better to say about these kind of questions, GATE questions. And luckily, we have now 30-35 years of collections, right from 1988. I have the collections, and of course, GATE domain itself, we have this collection from 2007 onwards. And from the year of 2011, they are giving this answer key. Of course, a lot of public domains available even to give you the solution as well. Or many books available in the market to give you the solution. And a lot of YouTube videos are coming. So if one decides in a month of about 6 months, one can easily get a very nice preparation. Even I came to know through our own student during his Corona lockdown period. He spent meticulously in 3-4 months of preparation. He could get an all India rank of about 40, all India rank of 48. Of course, that is the best rank in our institution in the recent years. So these are all possible if you dedicate your time. Or if you focus your time only to GATE. Okay, coming to the preparation strategy. Right from your second year, you start prepare. In addition to going through your semester previous year question paper, refer to GATE questions. And if you refer to GATE questions and try to ask doubts from that question, your faculty will be also more interesting, liking you people. Because normally every teacher is looking for questions from the students. If you try to prepare to that level, then the class will be much more encouraging. You can also get to learn more from your teachers. And try to solve as much problem from the standard books. Of course, every subject I suggest minimum of 2 books. Say even I purchased in that way. Even during my time in the year of 90s, I spent about 10,000 rupees. Spending 10,000 rupees in the period of 90s is definitely higher. Because per month, say maybe the total expenses for my studies will be only per month only 1,000 rupees. Whereas in the period of 4 years, I spent totally about 10,000 rupees for the books. In that case, if you are spending about a lakh a year, so 4 lakhs, so always you should invest for even at least you can have think of investing 1 lakh for books. You should not worry about purchasing any books. So always the books are nice books are available at about 2,000 rupees. Then also you can get the books. Luckily now the books are also available in the form of soft copy. But better to encourage the teachers or try to purchase a book, read through the hard contents. And in addition to having all the books, you have to read through the books and have your own notes. Only your own notes will help you to last minute revision. Of course, my books also simply my own notes. So whatever the notes I prepared for during my BTech time and for my GATE RS5 for trying to solve the questions, that notes only now available in the form of books, my book. Of course, it is not a complete content. These are all simply notes. As like my notes, you also prepare your own notes. Start from second. Okay, make 3 to 4 months of rigorous preparation. At least those who are now in the third year or those who are in the final year also, at least they can appear in the next year also. So the third year, those who are in the third year now, definitely you have to spend another about 10 months. But this is applicable for those who are in the at least in the June, July time. If you are available, maybe only 3-4 months are left with. Okay, with that I have put up this term. Now at least 10 months are available. The exam is only in the February first week or second week, and you need to also have a good practice with usage of online calculator and working in time limits. Outcome, as I already said, you'll be getting a good understanding of the core subjects. You'll be getting a high confidence level. Definitely you'll be getting into a nice core industry, and you can also get into higher studies with stipend. Of course, I came to know this Singapore University, they are considering GATE score for giving you a nice stipend. Not only, maybe with time, even US University will also consider this GATE score. Because nowadays every institute is giving their own kind of grading. There is no national level grading. So to get a national level grading, and maybe this every across the globe, people may also consider this GATE as a benchmark. And otherwise also, to continue as a chemical engineering professional, better to have a clear picture of the core subjects. In that way also, to that requirement also, we need to prepare this GATE exam. Okay, maybe now in the month of March, so I suggest like you can follow this coverage in this month, process calculations and thermodynamics in the month of April, and May fluid mechanics and mechanical operations and heat transfer. This is very applicable for the people those who are in the third year, and even applicable for our second year students also. Second year, at least this part till this part they will be done with in the second year, and these are all applicable later. Okay, June heat transfer, mass transfer. So everything will be done in the month of September. Then, of course, these are all relatively light subjects, and you also need to have a revision of everything. And November, maybe a quick review of everything by taking up with 1 or 2 unsolved GATE questions. Maybe if though you get some 30-35 years of collections of GATE questions, at least leave some 3-4 questions for you to check in the month of November. Or maybe you can take up some nice questions from any textbook and try to solve them. And maths and general aptitude, maybe you can reserve for the latest. General aptitude, definitely you'll also prepare for your placements. So that preparation will that is also good enough. And maths, some simple content only. So no need to worry much about that. And January for mock exams. Take up as many, at least some 2-3 mock exams, so that you'll feel very confident. And I'm sure this strategy will definitely help you to face all your thing. Okay, another about 2-3 minutes I will say about our contribution to GATE. I'm having this books in the form of online courses. which is about which is a highly interactive content. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes I will share about that as well. So what are the courses have? They have these notes, books, objective types and problems as like there in my book. The extra contents are the keyword tagging. So for example, if you want to read the problems of entropy, so the problems which are all having this entropy as the concept, they are having this tagging. So the keyword will be appearing. So that if you click on that keyword, you can take the relevant contents. Maybe I will share with in the form of a typically showing my course page. And there are self-assessment quizzes and a lot of video lectures I am keep on adding, and bookmarking your content and for your later reference, or adding your own notes, or taking the help by messaging to the teacher. Or wherever you feel any difficulty, you can simply there is a online or there is a link available to message to the teacher, and the teacher will easily get to know what's the kind of your problem, which is because it is in context to the page where you are sending the mail. And discussion forum is allowed, and this access is given for a 1.25 year minimum. There is minimum access period is for 1 month and maximum of 15 months. And these are all mobile access, mobile ready materials. Yeah, I forgot to say about this. You can take self-assessment quizzes, and also there are checklists available. Yeah, I am reachable through this WhatsApp or by mail, learn at MSubbu Academy. And this in msubbu.in, I'm putting up a lot of free contents available from this chemical engineering learning resources. There is some typical solved problems for some of the course subjects are available. And in MSubbu Academy, all my books are available in what is it? The highly accessible web ready materials. Maybe 1 minute or some 2 minutes alone I will spend on that because you may need some discussion. I will show you what is a typical course. So this is about a typical course. Maybe I can show you some course. Okay. So for these are all the yeah, this is a typical course. This is developed in Moodle software. Say these are all the notes available for every subject. Here again, I said now tagging. Say for example, ideal gas. So what are all the materials connecting this ideal gas? They are available. And maybe if you have any difficulty in this page, you can simply type a message and send to the teacher, and teacher will get back to you by the way of again messaging. So then this I said about yeah, these are all tags. I want to see the questions from 2007. So what are all the materials available? So you can easily go to that page. And in this thing, what are you will be seeing only the question first. You can try to attempt them. 1 minute, yeah. So for example, I take a typical page. So here the questions first you will be seeing the questions, and you can try to answer. Immediately I am giving the solution. Whereas this is for the learning aspect. Whereas for the assessment aspect, there are these questions here in this assessment. In addition to the already available contents, there are a lot of new contents being added. This is like a timed test. You can take up this test any number of times. So a lot of other indicators are available. Okay, this and all for you to explore. Then now I think I suppose I have done with. Yeah, I am available for any discussion, sir. There's another about 10 minutes maybe we can have if you people are having any question relevant to GATE preparation or any about thing about the books and other thing.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful lecture. I hope students have got a good idea how to start their GATE preparation.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Now I request the students for the questionnaire. Please interact with the resource person.
Thank you.
Very rarely we'll get a chance to get such a knowledgeable person.
No.
Please interact, students.
Sir, probably our students maybe
Uh-huh.
not have shy to interact with you. Sir,
Yeah.
one question from my side.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Can you suggest us the pattern where, like, which subject can be chosen first in cracking the gate? When we are answering, like, from which subject we can target? If you
This
could
again,
give that insight, that will be very helpful.
correct. But this all again depends on the student's interest on a subject, no? Whichever he is confident, better to attempt. So, sometimes, no, I feel
Okay.
like the economics question may be very simple and without anything. Whereas many questions, at least the process calculation definitely only has to spend time because of the descriptive nature of the process. Yeah, it all again depends on the student's interest on the subject, no? Whereas I would say like I would try to attempt thermodynamics, which is my favorite subject. It all depends. So I cannot say give you a single answer. Maybe
Okay.
everyone will have this one favorite subject, right? So what is your
Okay,
idea, sir?
okay.
Maybe your idea. Maybe I have to get to know about this.
No, sir. Basically, from student perspective, they may get good confidence if they crack the like maybe from a chemical technology. If they could attempt, they may get good score. Then with that speed or tempo, they may move to the other subjects.
Correct. Chemical technology is straightforward. There is no much thinking. No? If you know the answer,
Yes.
then only attempt. Otherwise, no need to try that.
Yes. Yes.
Nice question.
The other thing is, like, if our students may be interested to access your contents, do we have the timings and then maybe the fee which you can
Yes,
put
sir.
up to the students?
Actually, we can give a 10% discount on the courses fee.
Okay.
The courses are maybe I will show you the typical course page, where to purchase and all. I think my screen is civil. So here, these are all the every course I am putting as 1 month access or 15-month access. Say if 1 month access is 1/3 of the 15-month access price. Say for entire chemical engineering content, one can get it for 1,300 for 1 month access or for 4,300 for 1.25 year access. So the minimum course is say 97 rupees for the process calculation, as like that. Even thermodynamics 150, 160 rupees, fluid mechanics. And I can give 10% discount. I'll send you a coupon code now. Or you can take this coupon code like JNTU JNTU Anantapur. JNTUA. That code I will enable in another about once the session is over, I will enable that coupon code. People can get 10% discount by using that coupon code. These materials are highly interactive, and with time we are keep on adding contents. Whereas the book is having questions only up to 2018. Whereas in the recent about 6 years or with 5 years, a lot of materials have been added, and so these are all available in this my web pages with this course materials. And this purchase is automatically done. All these payment modes are accepted. Like even Google Pay is also accepted. What is called as UPI payment or credit card payment or international card. All these cards are accepted. Here, once you click on that, it will ask this continue shopping or checkout. Okay, what is that? And those who haven't registered to my site, they have to give their name and details for registering, and they can use the coupon code. So I will send you the coupon code. What is it? The coupon code is simply JNTUA 10. You can add that 10. JNTUA 10. 10 refers to 10%. Okay. In that way, maybe I'll send a message, reply to the mail, so that that will be very clear. So this free contents, as I said, no, a lot of free contents I am having. So these free contents, of course, people are using it for a long. Of course, my process economics course contents are people are using it on a good basis, and a lot of free materials are available. And even in the recent time, also putting some videos in the YouTube in the public domain. Of course, most of the video contents I'm keeping in the paid content. Sample content I'm making it available in the this thing. Of course, this thermodynamics theory class I have. Vanakkam, Subramanian here. Yeah, this theory I gave in the on the Thursday evening I gave. So this is some sort of selected typical lectures I am putting in online for free. Yes, sir. Any more question, people?